What is going on with Manchester United right now? Seriously. Sunday, victory over Aston Villa. Old Trafford going absolutely crazy. Bruno Fernandes breaking records that have stood since the year 2000. Wayne Rooney on BBC saying Carrick should get the job 100%. And now it's Tuesday. The players are back at Carrington and the news just keeps coming. Injuries, transfer drama, manager questions, contract talks. We've got a lot to cover today. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's talk Manchester United. This is the Reds View. Right, let's start with Sunday, because what a day that was. 3 goals, 3 points, Old Trafford absolutely bouncing. And this result? It was their 7th win in 9 games under Carrick. 7 wins in 9. Mate, that is not an interim manager doing okay. That is a man who belongs in that dugout. The win also put United 3 points clear of 4th-placed Villa going into the final 8 matches of the season. And on the same day, Chelsea lost. Liverpool dropped points too. As Rooney himself said, beating Villa and with Chelsea also losing that weekend, it put United in a really good place. So yes, a very, very good weekend to be a United fan. Now let's talk about the main man, because you already know who ran that game on Sunday. Bruno Fernandes. He got 2 assists against Villa, and in doing so, he made Premier League history. On March 15th, Fernandes set a new Manchester United record for most assists in a single Premier League season. 16 assists, breaking David Beckham's record of 15 set back in the 1999 to 2000 season. Let me say that again. Bruno Fernandes just broke David Beckham's record. A record that has stood for 26 years. And he is not done. He only needs 4 more assists to match the all-time Premier League record held by Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. This man is currently playing the best football of his life. At 31 years old, at a club that has been in chaos for 2 seasons, we are genuinely watching something special here. Now you know what everyone was talking about after the game on Sunday. Give Carrick the job. Wayne Rooney said it clearly on BBC Sport. 100% he should get the job. I have said this. I knew this was going to happen with Michael Carrick. He knows the place. He knows the players. They needed a calm head and someone who could give them some love. And he has done exactly that. And Rooney went even further. He has the best winning percentage of any Manchester United manager after that many games. For me, he has to get the job. That is big words from a United legend. And he is not alone. Peter Schmeichel also spoke on the topic, saying if United get into the Champions League, Carrick should be given the tools, given the players he wants, and given the chance. Schmeichel even said he believes United can catch Manchester City with the right backing. Now, Schmeichel catching City might be pushing it right now. City are still miles ahead in 2nd place. But the point is, the belief is back. United fans are daring to dream again. And that comes from Carrick. OK, let's talk injuries, because this is where things get very interesting ahead of Friday night. Yes, United's next game is this Friday. They travel to the Vitality Stadium to face Bournemouth, with kick-off at 8 p.m. on Friday the 20th of March, live on Sky Sports. 3 days away. So what is the injury situation right now? Let's go player by player. Lisandro Martinez, massive news. This is the one that United fans have been waiting weeks to hear. According to a report from the Daily Mail's Chris Wheeler, Martinez is expected to be back in the squad for the trip to Bournemouth on Friday night. I said Lisandro Martinez could actually be back this Friday. He was seen returning to Carrington earlier this week. He is probably not at full training pace just yet, but should make the bench against Bournemouth at least. Now, why is this such a big deal? Because Martinez is not just any defender. He has that bulldog playing style that makes him arguably United's most important defender. He gets the crowd going, he brings intensity, and he changes the whole energy of the team when he is on the pitch. Having him back, even off the bench, would be a massive, massive lift. Good news. After limping off against Newcastle last week and looking very uncomfortable as he left the stadium, there was real worry about Mazraoui. But the news here is encouraging. Mazraoui has been back in team training this week and should be available for selection against Villa. And now, going into Bournemouth, he remains in contention. Good news. United need their right back fit and ready. Mason Mount's season has been one long nightmare. Injury after injury after injury. But finally, some good news. Mount also returned to training this week, and this is the second positive injury update United have received in the same weekend. He may not be ready to start on Friday, but having him available, even as an option, shows how the squad depth is building again. Carrick spoke about Mount before the Villa game. Seems like a long time since we walked through the door, but to have him back around the group and involved, he is an important player for us. He brings us a lot. It is a big step. You can hear the relief in those words, because Mount, when fully fit, is a real quality midfielder. If he can stay fit for the run-in, big bonus. Still out. Now for the bad news. Matthijs de Ligt is still out. He has not played since late November. That is 16 Premier League matches. He remains sidelined with a back problem, and there is no firm return date set. Carrick has been honest about it. He said it is just the nature of the problem. Difficult to pin down a timeline, but the player is improving. Whether de Ligt plays again this season is honestly unclear right now. And that is a huge shame, because on his day, he is a top centre-back. And then there is Patrick Dorgu, who was absolutely flying before tearing his hamstring against Arsenal in January. Dorgu is expected to return from his hamstring injury in the coming weeks, with his return most likely to come at the start of April. So we are probably looking at the last few games of the season for him. But if he can make even a handful of appearances before May, that would still be huge. He showed before the injury that he has real quality. United will want him fit and firing for next season's Champions League run. OK, so let us think about Friday. Bournemouth away. Friday night, 8 p.m, Sky Sports. This is not an easy game. People sometimes forget Bournemouth beat United 4-4 at Old Trafford back in December. 4 goals at Old Trafford, so they are no joke. This game is being shown live on Sky Sports and kicks off at 8 p.m. on Friday the 20th of March. Now here is the thing. With Martinez potentially back, with Mazraoui fit, with Mount available, Carrick might actually be able to put out something close to a full-strength team on Friday. That is exciting. My prediction? United to win. 2-0, maybe 2-1. Sesko to score again. Bruno to get another assist. Come on, United. Right, let us talk transfers, because there is a lot going on right now. Gary Neville was on Sky Sports on Monday, and he was very, very clear about what United need to do this summer. The centre of midfield is a problem, Neville said. Kobbie Mainoo and Casemiro are doing a great job right now for Michael Carrick, but every Manchester United fan knows that is not going to be enough when they start playing in the Champions League next season. They are going to need 3 or 4 really good midfield players. 3 or 4 midfielders this summer. And it gets more specific. Neville said Casemiro is leaving at the end of the season, and he also thinks Manuel Ugarte will leave. That means United need 2 really good central midfielders. One who is positional, like a Michael Carrick type, and one who is a destroyer. A Carrick type in the midfield. Fitting. Now, names that have been mentioned include Elliot Anderson from Newcastle, although he looks like he could be going to Man City. Also, Adam Wharton from Brighton, Carlos Baleba, and even a 17-year-old wonder kid from Anderlecht named Nathan De Cat. The midfield rebuild is coming, and it is going to be the most important part of United's summer. Now this one. Oh, this one. The Cole Palmer to Manchester United story has been bubbling for months. And on Monday, Gary Nev. Titini himself dropped a bombshell. Reports from The Guardian emerged earlier this year claiming Palmer is homesick and thinking about a return to Manchester in the summer of 2026, with United a more likely destination than his former club, Manchester City. And here is the thing that makes this interesting. Cole Palmer is actually a Manchester United fan. He said himself that he used to go and watch matches at Old Trafford as a child, and he idolised Wayne Rooney. A United fan, playing for Chelsea, breaking records every week, thinking about coming home. Now, transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has tried to calm things down. He said Chelsea view Palmer as untouchable, and there is currently nothing coming from Palmer's own camp about a move. But Romano also admitted things can happen. And you know what? That is enough to keep this story very much alive. If United get into the Champions League and Chelsea are having another messy season, do not rule anything out. Casemiro, the dressing room wants him to stay. This one is emotional. The whole United dressing room wanted Casemiro to stay. After his brilliant header against Villa on Sunday, the Old Trafford crowd were singing "One More Year" at him. And inside that dressing room, Lenny Yoro called Casemiro really important for the squad, both on and off the pitch. But the sad reality is, it does not matter how much everyone loves him. The club made this decision back in January. Gary Neville said it clearly. It is right that United do let him go, and it is right that he leaves. This is like a cameo at the end of his career, a swan song. He is kissing his badge to the fans. The fans love him, but it is still right that he leaves. Neville also explained why. He said there was a period in the middle of Casemiro's 4-year contract where he looked heavier, slower, and the legs were letting him down. We all remember that. Last season was rough. But this season, under Carrick, he has been absolutely brilliant. Fitter, faster, sharper. Honestly, what a way to go out. And what a goal against Villa. We will miss you, Case. Now this one. I need you all to pay very close attention here, because this could define the next 3 years of Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes has a release clause in his contract. His contract runs until 2027 with an option for another year. But there is a clause that allows a club from outside England to sign him for just £57 million, provided it is triggered early enough. £57 million. For Bruno Fernandes. That is basically a free transfer for the biggest clubs in Europe. Bayern Munich could trigger that. Real Madrid could trigger that. Any big Italian or Spanish club could walk in and take him. Now, the good news. According to Fabrizio Romano, United are desperate to keep Bruno after his record-breaking season. And now that they are closing in on Champions League football, the hope is that Bruno will choose to stay. United are planning contract talks with Bruno for after this summer's World Cup. His focus will be on Portugal first, but United want him to sign a new deal once that is over. And what does Bruno want? Bruno wants 2 things. He wants Champions League football, and he wants to know United are serious about winning things. He also wants Carrick to get the permanent job. He has been impressed with Carrick and has a strong relationship with him. All 3 of those things are looking very achievable right now. Champions League? Almost certain. Carrick permanent? Very likely. A serious summer rebuild? Ineos says yes. So the signs are actually put. Positive. United are willing to offer Bruno a new contract worth up to £400,000 a week, which would make him the highest paid player in the club's history. £400,000 a week to keep the most important player at the club. Honestly, worth every penny. Just sign it, Bruno, please. And finally, the big one. Who is going to be Manchester United's permanent manager next season? Right now, Carrick is the heavy favourite. The bookmakers have him at 5-6 to get the job. But there is one name that keeps coming up, and it is a big name. Luis Enrique, the PSG manager. Reports from the Manchester Evening News say that Enrique speaks excellent English and wants to work in the Premier League one day. United are being kept on alert, and while Carrick remains the favourite, nobody is ruling Enrique out just yet. Now, who is Luis Enrique exactly? At Barcelona from 2014 to 2017, he won 2 La Liga titles, 3 Spanish Cups and the Champions League in 2015. He then moved to PSG and has won almost every trophy possible, including leading them to their first ever Champions League title last season. The man is a winner, plain and simple. But here is the problem. Enrique has a contract at PSG until 2027. And in February, he told reporters, "I am so happy at Paris Saint-Germain. Ici, c'est Paris." Which basically means he is not going anywhere soon. So for now, Carrick remains the favourite. And honestly, after everything Carrick has done since January, I think he deserves the job. Yes, Luis Enrique would be an incredible signing, but you do not get rid of a manager with the best win percentage in United history just to gamble on someone who may not even want to come. Give Carrick the job, back him in the transfer market, keep Bruno. That is the way forward. Let's zoom out for a moment, because after Sunday, United are in a really strong position. The 3-1 win over Villa put United firmly into third place, and it also strengthened their push for Champions League qualification going into the final stretch of the season. Arsenal are first, Man City are second, United are third, 3 points clear of Villa in fourth. Chelsea and Liverpool are also in the mix below that. 8 games left. If United just keep doing what they are doing, they are in the Champions League. And qualifying for the Champions League? That changes everything. It means more money. It means Bruno signs a new deal. It means United can attract bigger signings. It means Carrick gets the tools he needs. This is the most important 8-game run for Manchester United in a very long time. And it starts on Friday at Bournemouth. So that is where we are. Tuesday the 17th of March, 2026. Coming off a brilliant 3-1 win, Martinez closing in on a return, Mazraoui and Mount both back in training, Bruno breaking 26-year-old records every single week, Carrick turning this club around with nothing but hard work and calm. And on the horizon, transfer decisions that will shape the next 3 years of this club. Bruno's future, the midfield rebuild, the permanent manager. Get all of those right, and we are back. Properly back. Get them wrong? We are having the same conversations this time next year. But right now, I am feeling good. Manchester United are third. They have momentum, they have belief, and they have the best captain in the Premier League. Bournemouth on Friday, 3 points, no excuses. Come on, United. So, Reds, drop a comment. Do you think Martinez starts against Bournemouth? And can Cole Palmer actually end up at Old Trafford this summer? Let me know below. And if you are new, hit subscribe. More United content dropping all week.